Our old good buddy Shank's nephew made a reply video to us, so I made a little summary for you guys who don't want to watch a 5-hour stream. So here it is.
A while ago, these guys that I don't know anything about, okay, and still don't know anything about, made a video, I think, about title is true. Hasan and I call this transphobes. Hear why? And then the answer is, you know, because we're transphobes. Transphobic, 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 transphobia, transphobic, 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 transphobes, transphobic, 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 transphobic.
That's right. It.
No, there's another like 35 transphobes in there, but I'm gonna save them for later. For those of you watching a little bit confused, you guys don't know who Hasanabi is. Hasan Piker is the nephew of Shank Uger, who owns TYT, the Young Turks Network. And Hasanabi himself, he's a political streamer who's always on Twitch. He also happens to be a millionaire socialist. Yes. What?
That don't make sense.
The millionaire socialist?
I mean, that don't make sense.
What?
That don't make sense.
Because when he says socialist, it means he's into like the redistribution of chlamydia, not actual money.
Oh, okay.
It's a little bit different.
He puts the moron in oxy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Puts the chlamydia in women. Get me? Keep up. It's a different kind of socialism, but I think it's still socialism. Yeah, just a little bit more of a bio. Hasan Piker isn't religious, but he does believe that dressing like a thrift shop manager helps him look like a socialist. That and spreading Russian propaganda. Hasan's the kind of lefty to get depression because he finds out his dick leans right.
I would say I solidified my success when I was able to get AOC on my show to play Among Us.
Imagine being a political streamer and your proudest moment is playing video games with a vegan-friendly politician. And this guy's not proud of maybe talking politics with her, you know, going through all the strategies or talking the future of voting.
No,
playing fucking Among Us.
So basically, he's a political fuckboy.
Yeah.
That's what you're telling me.
Yeah.
He's a political fuckboy.
And I want people to have a more positive approach to dealing with issues. Transphobes, transphobic, 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 transphobic.
With how often this man yells the word transphobic, I just assumed he either had Tourette's or really wanted to fuck Sweet Anita. But it turns out
Hasan's relationship with the trans community is interesting. He once lost a trans-related debate, and people in his community were rightfully upset with him because they felt like he made them look bad.
My issue as a trans person is the fact that you, a guy that isn't super well versed on trans shit, brought on a known transphobe knowing he might bring up transphobic shit. You aren't exactly a Vosh at trans debates.
Fair point. Let's see how humble his response is.
I hope that the rest of your life is as horrible as it is every single day. Okay? There you go. Suck my dick. And I want people to have a better, more positive approach to dealing with issues. I despise you. I despise you more than anything else on the planet. You are fucking cancer. That's my ultimate goal. And I feel like I achieved that. You are cancer in this community, and you're cancer in every community. Suck my dick. For the past 15 months, you've been able to fucking hide in these ranks. You catboy fuck. You are just a trans person. Sorry. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
it's funny how it's always the people who are like really left-leaning or woke who be like, you're trans, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
Let me, a cis person, tell you you don't know your own.
Yeah, it's
Damn.
crazy. It's like he's a
Dang,
white.
you're just a trans person.
He's the white woman version.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's doing what white men do. No, let me talk. Racist. You see what's going on here? That's suffering.
Yeah.
That's the face of someone. That's what he does.
He does remind me of the white women who try to educate me on race. I'm like, Karen, no thank you.
I'm good.
I didn't ask.
I'm good.
I didn't broach this topic. No, but you don't understand just how much I want your black penis. Ma'am, shut up. Nobody asked you, and we ain't giving it to you.
America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it. I'm saying it.
What the fuck is wrong with this dude? Didn't he go to war and like literally lose his eye because some mujahideen, a brave fucking soldier, fucked his eye hole with their dick? Isn't that how he lost his fucking dumbass eye? Because he got his fucking eye hole fucked?
That was positivity right there.
Hey, listen. As crazy as that comment is, a brave mujahideen.
A brave? That's good.
I'm not even gonna listen.
It's kind of funny.
He might be just like, well, that's funny. That's funny.
But still,
I'm gonna say this.
Not very positive though. I wouldn't say it's positive.
Mujahideen soldier just sounds fire to begin with.
Right there.
You could be an American soldier.
It sounds like a legacy. Legacy. You got like.
It sounds like you were literally brought down from heaven to go fight for Allah. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Mujahideen. Hasan hates America, thinks they deserve 9/11, and doesn't feel like cis women's spaces should be protected. Hasan is pretty much the Taliban with nail polish.
Yeah.
He actually almost joined the Taliban, but only refused when he found out they were transphobic.
You can't write that down.
Hasan once said, I'm constantly surrounding myself with intelligent people. I never want to be the smartest person in the room. Don't worry, that room doesn't exist. That's saying a lot considering you've been in a room with Grimes, okay?
Transphobic, transphobia, transphobic, transphobic, transphobia, transphobic, transphobic, transphobic. A little bit, like a little transphobic. Don't get so mad about it. Everyone is transphobic. Okay? Everyone's transphobic. A lot of people have transphobic attitudes. Trans people are transphobic before they recognize that they're trans. They have internalized transphobia.
Hey man, in case you wonder, the reason why you shouldn't be bothered about being called trans, everybody's transphobic. Everybody has it in them. Trans people are transphobic. They're transphobic against themselves, against the world. We're all transphobic. It is what it is. The same way we're all racist and we're all everything. It's a thing. So next time you get called transphobic, just mindful. The person calling you transphobic is also transphobic. The person just witnessing the whole conversation, they're transphobic too. Even though they haven't opened their mouth, you can just assume.
Anytime a trans woman wins any kind of prominence, it makes it into the news cycle. And you never hear about them getting their fucking asses beat over and over again. The fighter that Joe Rogan mentions regularly is a perfect example of this. They always go back to that same example where the trans woman fighter, is it Fallon Fox, had like 1 or 2 victories and has lost routinely, but you never hear about how much she has lost since then.
Bro, you're lying again. You're lying again.
Hold up, he might not be lying.
What is it with you and lying? You're lying again.
Hold up, he might not be lying. He just might not know. And
No, he does not care. It's women's sports.
I don't know why you bring up Fallon Fox. She's 5-1, all of them by knockouts. In fact, she's cracked a few skulls through those victories. Most of the MMA community said she's untalented. She's just physically dominant. And that's why she was winning. So you use her as an example of like some fucking conspiracy. Bro, you don't know what you're fucking talking about. And if you really don't care about this topic, then just stop talking about it. Because judging by the effort you put into your arguments, we can tell you don't care. So just shut the fuck up.
Why? Why? Because they have advantages. Why is that unnatural advantage wrong? Why? There are a million unnatural and natural advantages that people have. Never advocate to fucking ban that. As a matter of fact, if you advocated to ban those things, sports would not be good. You're just saying it's unjust because you think it's unjust, and that's it. You're not making an argument, okay? You're saying it's clearly unjust without making an example as to why, without even saying why it's unjust. And if your argument only revolves around like, oh, it's unjust because like the average cis man has like larger or better testosterone production than the average cis woman or whatever the fuck, even then you have to admit that sports is awesome because there are competitive advantages. Otherwise, everyone will be the same fucking height. Okay? You don't watch the fucking under 6 foot league for a reason. But you consider some of those natural advantages and some of those unnatural advantages as well, whether it be like, your diet or your material conditions, your upbringing, your development, your access to fucking sports programs, anything like that to be perfectly valid, whereas a trans woman on HRT is not valid enough to be a part of the fucking athletic competition against cis women. And that's ridiculous.
So I want you guys to understand the basis of the argument. The argument is this. People are advantaged in so many different ways. As a result, what's the issue with trans women who have this advantage of being born males going into these sports? That's his take. His take is we should defile the category because people have advantages on every... Then what's the point of having female sports at all?
Fuck it.
People are advantaged in every type of way.
But that's exactly what he wants.
No. What's the point of having female sports at all in that case? Because at the end of the day, it's like, well, some women are born rich and some males are born poor, so let them compete.
But he said it himself. He doesn't want categories.
He didn't say that. That's another person who said that.
That's another person that said that? My bad.
What are we talking about at the moment? Can somebody fill me in? Hey, man. Some males are just untalented. I don't care if they're 25 or 35. Some of them are just untalented. So if they want to compete with the young children in the kids category, what's the issue? Some kids are born rich. Some grown men are born poor. Let them compete. You want to watch 10-year-olds versus 25-year-olds? By your logic, that's how it goes. There's a crazy fucking woman who went to Piers Morgan. And you know, if you make Piers Morgan sound smart, you are fucking dumb. Okay? You are like belong in a room with Hasanabi. Okay? This woman got up there and Piers asked her one of the dumbest gotchas. And he said, if Floyd Mayweather or Mike Tyson went on HRT for a year, should they be able to compete in the female boxing category? She said, yes, if they've done the... And I'm just like, bitch, are you crazy? You're going to get people killed.
Are you dumb?
You're going to get these people killed competing against them.
Yo. Tyson? You want to get Tyson? Tyson at his age. Right now. You get him to... No, B. No, you're crazy.
This is so brain dead.
You're crazy.
This is unbelievably brain dead.
You're crazy.
Do you think there's anybody in mixed martial arts or any sport who's fighting in the middleweight division who wants to hear, well, fuck it, fight a heavyweight, bro? I know he's got 60 pounds on you. He's probably going to murder you in 3 punches. But people are advantaged in so many different ways. Some people are tall, some people are short, some people weigh more. Y'all should fight each other.
At a difference.
I want you guys to understand how crazy that is. There's not a single athlete who would sit here and be like, that shit makes sense. But these people who hate sports, who do not compete, are so brazen about the fucking stupidity that comes out of their mouths. You know what? Trans women are women. Fantastic. But they're still not female. And at the end of the day, sports is not about your gender expression. It's about your sex, your biology. Nobody cares about your gender expression. Gender and sex are different. Though we call it women's sports, it was really just about, you calling it female sports. The reason why is about physiology. Nobody cares about how you express in the world. So to me, when people say, well, I think they should compete because trans women are women, it doesn't matter. It's not the point of why we created the category or why we sequester women to this segment of society when it comes to sports. It's because biologically speaking, there's a difference. That's all it comes down to. So I don't.
So why isn't every trans woman that's ever competed destroying every cis woman that's ever competed? Why is it that we only hear about it when, like, throughout the history of like trans women competing against cis women, throughout that history, you can say like, oh man, you know, I just don't want trans women to compete with cis women because they're like, you know, they're not female actually. Like, yeah, I got it.
What? Bro, you didn't even respond to what the fuck we said. People wonder why Hasan doesn't care about female athletes with his takes on trans women. It's because Hasan is straight. He loves fucking cis women and their sports.
And the worst thing is that we do agree.
We agree.
We agree.
Oh man, it doesn't seem like you do though. Wait, agree with what?
Separate.
But that's not what we're talking about.
If you go to the doctors, okay, yes, trans women are women, but guess what? You still have the physiology, right, and the biology of a male. As a result, when you go to the doctor, that's going to factor in. They shouldn't just be like, well, trans women are women, so I'm going to treat you like... It's a different ballgame. So when it comes to risk for certain diseases, different things, they have to acknowledge the fact that you're biologically a male.
Ma'am, you have prostate cancer. No, trans women are women.
What is going... This is crazy. What the fuck's happening right now? I mean, I guess the argument is true. Like, I mean, the title is true. Hasan and I be called as transphobes. Here, why? And then the answer is, you know, because we're transphobes.
We're transphobic.
Oh my God!
At this point, you just gotta laugh.
Oh my God!
You just gotta laugh. It's like
T'es sérieux là?
It's like watching that like pink-haired feminist just scream in the face of a protest, like at a high screech, or like that girl who cries when she found out Trump won. Like it's just absurd at this point. It's funny.
You could have just answered with a good point.
Let's hear why he said
We're transphobic. That is true, and that is something that I recognize. However, this has absolutely zero to do with trans women competing with cis women. Making up a trans person in this situation to like beef up your argument is ridiculous.
Okay, so because you,
Oh my God.
again, are never the smartest person in any room, maybe this shit flew over your fucking head. But I'll break it down for you why I said that. Okay? I'm slowly. We gonna do this step by step. Step by step. A lot of folks, when this topic comes up, say, well, trans women are women, right? Which is speaking to their gender expression, right? And we agree.
Yes.
Okay? So as far as pronoun goes, as far as like bathroom goes, as far as a lot of stuff goes in terms of like getting medical treatment, I'm with you. Get it. Fine. I'm not a problem.
But
when it comes to sports, it's a matter of your biology. What you express in terms of a gender has no real bearing on whether or not you should compete in one category versus the next, because it's not about how you express in the world. It's not about what's socially constructed. It's about biology, okay?
Bro.
So I made an analogy in regards to going to the medical office, because while you may express in the world as a woman, in terms of the risks that you have as a disease, you still have the physiology of male. So the doctor is going to take into consideration what? The fact that you are male. So when it comes to certain sicknesses, I know that me as a male, in terms of risks for certain disease, my doctor talks to me about certain things that I don't hear when women go. So this is not to say that when they go into the doctor's office, they won't use the women's pronouns for them, or they won't treat them with respect or anything like that. But when it comes to discussion, I think we can have a mature discussion where say, I recognize your gender expression, but when it comes to certain discussions and realms in the society, your biology is going to be the focal point of how we're going to address certain issues. That's it. That was the parallel I was making. The same way when you are at risk for certain diseases, we're going to talk about your biology. When it comes to sports, we're going to talk about your biology, not your gender expression. That, for this guy, is apparently a transphobic point. Now, you guys may agree, disagree. You guys let us know in the comments. For me, I thought it was a very simple point, but it flew over his head. And for him, it was like, mask off. We got him, boys. We got him. I was just like,
it's like
that was their future moment.
But right there, you really just explained the point again. What makes you think that he got it? Because you just use the same words to explain the thing.
No, but I don't do it for him, because I think, again, he's never the smartest person in the room.
No.
It's for the audience.
Right.
Right? Some of them might be persuaded. I just wanted to explain to them so they can understand.
Yeah.
And let's say hypothetically, okay? Okay? That what I'm saying, maybe in some alternate universe, is incorrect. Or maybe I'm just missing the point. For you to assume some form of maliciousness to me is hilarious, because I just may not have the knowledge, all right, to know where it is that you're coming from. But unfortunately, you do such a poor job of explaining your side of the argument, other than saying, you're transphobic, that you cannot bring people to your side. Really, a lot of the tactics of left folks leading people is just shame. It's just shame. Think like we think, and if you don't, well, we're going to call you a bigot, and we're going to make sure we say it loudly. That's it. And that's why if you look through his stream, this man yells transphobic like 100 times. Because for him, that's a go-to. It's basically like it's basically how a lot of comedians say the word fuck all the time. Right? When you're unfunny and you're not really capable of doing really good on stage, you just swear all the time, or every other word, because you think it just heightens everything.
Or
it's
you
like
yell.
ketchup. It's like hot sauce.
Yeah.
Hot sauce is great on a lot of foods. Use it on everything or all the time, and then you realize it loses its meaning. You just destroyed the food itself. That's what a lot of lefties do with a lot of these arguments. So just wanted to point that out. But
the transphobic part turns into basically when you say, and that's why they, shouldn't compete with cis women. That's the part. That's the part that doesn't make sense. Which, by the way, ironically, the likelihood that you will get prostate cancer if you're a trans woman that has undergone gender confirmation surgery is, pretty fucking slim.
See, if he knew anything about trans folks, he would know that the vast majority of them never get any gender affirming surgery. And only 11% of them get 3 or more gender affirming surgeries. Vast majority of trans people never get that. So when it comes to disease and stuff like that, they're still going to deal with their assigned sex at birth in terms of diseases. So why would you be like, well, if they get surgery, there's like no chance? Like, it's a gotcha. You don't even know the people you're advocating for when you're making these stupid arguments.
So what does it tell you?
It tells me that for a lot of lefties, they think they're on the right side, so they approach these discussions not having actually done any of the reading necessary to make any of these arguments, right? I'm not even that deep into this shit. We just spend most of our time just watching Jubilee videos or cut videos and reacting to different shit and dating talks, okay? This is not even my realm.
No.
But I am half smart enough to recognize when I'm hearing a stupid person.
Yeah.
Right? And so every time I hear Hasan speak, I'm like, oh, we got our imposter.
Here's the thing.
Among Us, we figured it out. Let's end this round.
But
right?
I don't think it's because he's stupid. His takes are stupid. But he's not. He's actually succeeding into making this a thing and banking off of the way that he does that. And that's his point. Is to yell it so loud that he looks like he's righteous.
I'll leave it there. Is there anything else you want to add?
Nah, man.
I think we're good. Okay.